Wanted to make this video about fan replacement in these AC Infinity, I think this is the Airframe T7 fans. This is a theater closet, and you can see it has two fans here. It's the intake down below to pull in cold air, and the other direction up top pushing out the hot air, which it works well. So I wanted to make the fans as quiet as possible since it's in the theater room. I had seen some things online about putting in Noctua fans or something that's just extremely quiet. Wanted to share my experience. My experience is it's not worth it. The Noctua fans are quieter, but they are 25 millimeters thick as opposed to the AC Infinity stock fans that are 38 millimeters thick. And on top of that, they operate at a lower RPM. They push significantly less air. I tried a Noctua 3000 RPM, like industrial type fan, and it was about the same volume, but it had just a kind of a different hum to it that was more audible from the theater seats. These are like AF25. I'll put the model number in the notes. But these are 2000 RPM fan Noctua, and I did some playing around with them. And what I kind of figured is, in order for me, so I put these at a speed of 6, so have them up at their highest possible speed, and then I tried to set the same amount of airflow down to this one, which has the stock fans. By the way, I started this project because one of my fans went out, so I figured it was a good time to do it, something I've always wanted to do. But to push the same amount of air in the original stock fans, I'm at a speed of 4 on the airframe. So it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Something I hadn't considered, something people don't really talk about in anything I've read online of people who have switched them out. And then as far as sound, so let's just compare the sound here with the original AC Infinity fans at a speed of 4 and the Noctuas at a speed of 6. Same amount of airflow. The sound, again, it's just different. The Noctuas might be the tiniest bit quieter, but I don't think there's any decibel difference. I think maybe it's just a different type of hum with the original AC Infinity fans that's a little more audible than the hum of the Noctuas. But I mean, we're really splitting hairs here. It's, in my opinion, not at all worth switching the fans out. What I learned is the fans in these AC Infinities are fantastic. I got probably 5 or 6 different fans to swap them out with: a 5300 RPM, a 3500 RPM, 3000 RPM, 2000 RPM, and I think a 1700 RPM. And for the amount of airflow, and then comparing that to the same amount of airflow in a different fan, the AC Infinities were either the same amount of quiet or less, or sorry, more quiet. So it didn't make sense to me to spend any money swapping these out. If you want them quieter, put them at a lower speed. You're achieving what you would achieve if you swapped them out. The problem now is with these, I'm limited on my airflow. So on the original AC Infinity fans, I can drop it down to 4 and get a quieter sound. Or move them up to 5 or 6, get more airflow. With these Noctuas, I'm at 6 to get, honestly, the amount of airflow I want. At the least, it would be nice to have a little bit more. So, yeah, I'd rather have the original fans operating at a speed of 4 for my ideal volume setting. And then, if it gets real hot in the summer, I decide to, leave the AC, put the AC up a few notches in here, I can push these up to a 5 or a 6 if I want. And then, of course, if I got to watch a movie, I can always turn them down, no big deal. But once the movie gets going, you don't really notice them. So I'm going to try to hold it up to get some sort of an idea. I'm just on a Pixel 6 here, so I don't think it's really going to pick up the sound that well, but I'll do what I can to see if you can notice the sound difference. So for these, I'm going to put it right here. And then down here, since these are blowing in, I think it'll be a better sound right here. All right, that's it.